Hi there, welcome back to the Battle of the All-Stars. We are here in Montgomeryville, Hatboro, whatever you want to say, hosted by the Bucksmont Roller Derby Dolls, and this has been a great tournament so far. I tell you what, this is game number 10 so far. The seeding has been working out as expected. We've got the Pennsylvania All-Stars ready to take on the Kentucky All-Stars. Pennsylvania prevailing over West Virginia earlier, Kentucky falling to the Maryland All-Stars. But, hey, it's a new day, it's a new game. I'm Gretchen Little, and I'm here with Champ Unkind. Champ, who's playing for Kentucky this afternoon?
For Kentucky in black, number 8, Silver Rose from Black and Bluegrass. Number 11, Sam from Derby City Roller Girls. Number 12, Soda Pop Ruckus from Vet City Roller Derby. Number 13, Rocky Flora from Roller Girls of Central Kentucky. Number 18, Scrappy Sue, Cincinnati Roller Derby. Number 19, Michonne Unslayable, Western Kentucky Rock and Rollers. Number 22, Rexy Dangerfield, Derby City Roller Girls. Number 34, Pinky Bruiser of Roller Girls of Central Kentucky. Number 40, Carrie Glock of Derby City Roller Girls. Number 80, Barba Fett of Western Kentucky Rock and Rollers. Number 85, Bunny of Roller Girls of Central Kentucky. Number 149, Bambi Thumper of Vet City Roller Derby. Number 201, Generator of Vet City Roller Derby. Number 388, Slamus Orand of Derby City Roller Girls. And number 413, Jen Furno of Vet City Roller Derby. Coached by Gory Details and Morphine.
Okay, we'll get to the Pennsylvania rosters in just a second. We're ready to roll. Jamming for Kentucky is Rocky Flora taking on Lurs Lemon. Lurs Lemon for the Pennsylvania All-Stars, immediately establishing lead jammer.
Yeah, right before she got to the pivot line, got through, good timing, but there goes Kentucky's jammer out of the pack after going stealth mode.
Rocky Flora is doing what she needs to do to get through right now, and Lurs Lemon going to have to call it off. She's bumped to the outside there. Looking for the score here, Champ. I don't know. I think that's a scoreless jam. You got to call that a win for Kentucky.
Yeah, I don't see any. Oh, there we go. One finger extended for Pennsylvania, but she got lead jammer. Lurs Lemon is not easy to stop. That is a win for Kentucky for only 1 point on the first jam. Good job.
Olive Havoc ready to go for Pennsylvania. We'll have the Kentucky jammer for you in just a second. So 14 minutes and 6 seconds left to go. Here comes Olive Havoc, and she dodges outside, picks up lead jammer. That's 2 quick lead jams for Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Bunny takes off the star. She's trying to pass it inside the pack to the pivot, but Pennsylvania's blockers are in the way. In the meantime, Pennsylvania is picking up 5 points and our first grand slam of the game.
Olive Havoc with just Barba Fett there to play defense. Kentucky try. Oh, now we've got a power jam, Champ. As yeah, that's Bunny heading to the penalty box on a track-cutting penalty. Green light, Pennsylvania.
So here we go on this first scoring pass of the power jam. 1 to beat, dodging to the outside, and that's another 5-point grand slam, Pennsylvania.
Olive Havoc from the Black Rose Rollers of Hanover, Pennsylvania, and the Pennsylvania All-Stars now laying back. Here comes Russian Bayou leading the offensive charge, but that's not a whole lot of offense being played right there by Pennsylvania.
Now they're focusing on playing clean right now. Obviously you don't want to flip the power jam. Just playing clean, playing safe. And now that the power jam's over, Bunny's back in. Let's see what happens. Olive Havoc at the front of the pack. 1 to beat. She's through. Yeah. And that'll be another 5 points.
Olive Havoc with 15 on the jam right now. Just the second jam of the period. And right now, Thumper is going to have to sit down in the penalty box along with Russian Bayou. So it's a 4-2 pack advantage for Kentucky. Still not able to get Bunny through on the initial.
These Pennsylvania blockers so tough, but a star pass. That goes to the pivot, number 34, Pinky Bruiser. She's going to put on the star. But remember, Olive Havoc in control here.
Yeah, Olive Havoc now with 19 points, and Pennsylvania going long. Nice defensive work by Sophia. It's going to take down Pinky Bruiser. Olive Havoc looking for more, and I guess that was a situation Pennsylvania figured go long, chance it. Sophia going to have to sit down, though. 1 point picked up by Kentucky.
You can always tell when Sophia has a hit because she has that look on her face like just that stone-cold, emotionless look.
Yeah, so Kentucky able to spring the jammer on the star pass, but unable to score. Defensive stop there.
That shows the defensive power of Pennsylvania. They've been known for it since the beginning of this tournament.
Yeah, they've won it 3 times. New York, of course, winning it last year. Here we've got Evil Beauty jamming for Pennsylvania, and she's ridden out but can't finish the block by Kentucky. Lead jammer, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Jen Furno getting taken out by V Diva to the outside. Diva she's working in the pack, but working almost solo on the jammer. Meanwhile,
well, that's Evil Beauty pushing on her own and making it through. That's going to be a 5-point scoring pass. And as we said in the previous Pennsylvania game, of course, V Diva now playing for the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Roller Radicals, her previous league, and but taking that D1 and championship level experience with her, gotta elevate the play. Nice work by Evil Beauty with the spin, picking up 5 more points.
Yeah, she's been actually coaching Wilkes-Barre Scranton for a few years, and from having been associated with that league, I can tell you they have gone light years from her training. It has helped them so much, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it's like when she plays for them next year.
Oh yeah, it's going to be an interesting season for the Roller Radicals. 5 more now for Evil Beauty, 20 for Pennsylvania on this jam. Pennsylvania enjoying a 41-0 lead right now. This is another 5 points. That's correct. Wow. Well, Kentucky knew what they were getting into when they were, matched up against this Pennsylvania All-Star team, and of course they just have to keep their heads. Evil Beauty continuing to rack them up 5 at a time.
Well, of course, if you watch World Cup, you watch a lot of other tournaments where there are a lot of teams. They have these round robin beginnings, and it's really actually a good thing, because later in the tournament, then you start getting the seeding more accurate. You start being able to see the teams that play each other, and things get a lot closer towards the end.
35-point jam for Evil Beauty. Real quick, the Pennsylvania roster: Olive Havoc from Black Rose, number 8, Kesha Later from Philly, number 12, Lazora from Steel City, number 13, Evil Beauty from Brandywine, 15 is Gorgeous from Reading, V Diva, as we said, from Wilkes-Barre Scranton, Lurs Lemon, Nikki Cash, Sophia, Stark Raven, Built to Spill, Kick-Ash, Veronica Getzberger, Teflon Donna, Thumper, Betty Switch, and Russian Bayou. We're back to the action.
And this would be Veronica Getzberger and Rocky Floor, the jammers. Veronica Getzberger gets through first, but Rocky Floor not far behind and definitely picking up speed.
Getzberger, one of the stalwarts for the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Roller Radicals, has been for quite some time, and Kentucky's going to put some points up this time, Chant.
She's actually the last original Roller Radical left on the team, I believe.
4 points for Getzberger, but 4 points answered by Florer. Rocky Florer doing a nice job for the Kentucky All-Stars.
The most accurate description I've ever heard of Veronica Getzberger is she's basically a bowling ball on roller skates, and everyone else is just pins. She's just going to knock you down.
Yeah. A very strong, but so agile and really fluid moves. A joy to watch.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so Pennsylvania with 62 now. Kentucky with 4, picking up their first 4 points. 7 minutes, 58 seconds to go in this first half. Nikki Cash ready to jam for Pennsylvania.
She's going up against Bunny of Kentucky.
Nobody in the penalty box, so it's 5-on-5. Let's see. Nikki Cash had a couple of big jams against West Virginia. Nikki Cash getting her wheels under her as a jammer for Philly, and here she goes, lead jammer, PA.
And great footwork there by Nikki Cash, able to stay in bounds, deflecting the hit to pick up that lead jammer status.
Here she is on a scoring pass, and a little bit of danger there, and a low block is going to be the call on Nikki Cash. Kind of an inadvertent low block, but a low block nonetheless. Power jam Kentucky.
So now we see Bunny. Her name used to be Honey Bunny. Bunny taking off the star, going backwards. V Diva going all the way back into turn 3. So really neutralizing this power jam here just because they hit her out at the perfect time. And great awareness once again by Pennsylvania.
Well, yeah, V Diva and Kick Ash bracing the wall there. They are just covering every inch of real estate in turn 4. Here we got Teflon Donna now at the front of the pack. The power jam's over. Here
Wow.
comes Nikki Cash, just pirouetting through the inside of turn 4. That's a 5-point scoring pass.
Who turned off the science? Wow.
Well, we got 40-some seconds left on the jam clock,
Wow.
and Nikki Cash is going to make the most of them, champ.
You know, that time, first time she went inside, she's like, oh, I already went that way. Let me go outside and do it this time.
Well, here she is, going low. Nikki Cash with 15 out of the penalty box.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's impressive to be able to do that in that amount of time, especially having to serve that power jam.
Yeah, and the power jam came to no fruition for Kentucky, as this is a tough defensive line Pennsylvania's got out there right now. Here we've got a star pass now, and that's going to work out.
Yeah, and that goes to number 34, Pinky Bruiser. That was exactly the same play that they ran last time when Bunny was jamming. And it looks like the same result as well.
Yeah, the time expires on the jam before Pinky Bruiser can get into scoring position. A 20-point jam despite a penalty for Nikki Cash.
They've only had one jam under 20 points, and that was the first one where they scored 1.
Yeah, Pennsylvania, asserting their dominance. Lurs Lemon now on the jam line for Pennsylvania.
You see in this, or you saw in that replay, all that great footwork of Nikki Cash.
Okay, here comes Lurs staying in bounds. Oh, excuse me, that is not Lurs Lemon. That's Betty Switch. I keep confusing those two because they have similar skating styles.
Yeah, Betty Switch, very strong skater, taking a big hit by number 8 of Kentucky. That could not have felt good.
No, that was
Silver Rose.
Silver Rose just shouldering in on Betty Switch. Betty Switch none the worse for wear. That's a 5-point pass.
Yeah, the recovery, the deflection. Betty Switch, such a strong skater. She's been skating forever, too.
Yeah, Bambi Thumper is the jammer for Kentucky. Still working on the initial. She is through now. Still Betty Switch with 10 points and in the lead.
Both jammers coming into the pack. Betty Switch sees Bambi Thumper behind her, calls it off just in time. Bambi Thumper does not get any but one more point for Pennsylvania, bringing it up 93-4 as we approach 4 minutes remaining here in this first half of a 30-minute game.
Yeah, nice work by Betty Switch, hitting the pack hips first, and she ended up getting around one of the Kentucky defenders. And, okay, so now we got Lurs Lemon on the jam line for Pennsylvania.
She's going up against Rocky Floor of Kentucky.
Okay, and it's a pack advantage in Kentucky's favor, 4-3 right now.
But they haven't been able to take advantage of those situations. If they want to come back here, get some points, close the spread a little bit, they have to take advantage of these situations in the power jams or when they have less players, or when Pennsylvania has less players out there.
Yeah, 'cause Pennsylvania, as you said, they're known for their defensive prowess, but they're also known to pick up a penalty here and there. They will send players to the penalty box. That's part of their game. But Lurs Lemon now is lead jammer. She's working on the first scoring pass. Boy, that's a beautiful bit of balance coming through on turn 1.
Absolutely. She went completely horizontal on that track and was just able to keep going straight without losing any momentum. And right there, just bounces through the pack like it's nothing.
Accelerating in backwards mode, and I love to see a skater that can do that. Lurs Lemon is one of the more athletic jammers you're going to see. And, that's a nice bit of defense there by Kentucky. That was Scrappy Sue, I believe, with that hip check. But Lurs Lemon able to withstand the blow and keep moving.
Yeah, it was a no pass, no penalty, so she does only get 4 on that. But good footwork, good everything. I mean, good awareness, too, not to pick up the penalty on that call.
Right.
Lurs Lemon, that time she does, though. Now she's going to get the track cut. But Pennsylvania has crossed the century mark in this jam.
That's right. Period 1 winding down. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. But this is a power jam for PA. Star pass to Pinky Bruiser again.
Pinky Bruiser has accepted all of the star passes from Kentucky so far this game, all 3 of them. She hasn't put the star on yet, but I assure you she has it in her hand.
Teflon Donna getting to the front of the pack. At the rear of the pack, V Diva working over Pinky Bruiser, and the jam is going to time out, and another scoreless jam for Kentucky. We're going to see what additional points get racked up for Pennsylvania. 18 on the jam for PA. So 111 Pennsylvania, 4 for Kentucky. A minute and a half to go in this first period.
And it will be a power start. Lurs Lemon standing in the penalty box, 1 blocker in the box for each team. So we'll see what, I believe that's Rocky Florer. No, yes, that is Rocky Florer. I'm sorry, that's Jen Furno. One is 13, one is 4-1-3.
Yep. Jen Furno had a good game against Maryland. She's through now, and we're waiting for the signal. She is lead jammer now for Kentucky. Lurs Lemon back on the track, but this is the initial pass for Lurs.
Nice moves there by Lurs. I mean, just everything she does makes you want to say wow.
Yeah.
But you can't announce like that.
No.
You need to use other words.
You can say wow at home, though, and we'll be happy that you did. Jen Furno now calling off the jam, and that's going to be a 4-point pickup for Kentucky, and that doubles their points now, takes them up to 8 points with 30 seconds left in this first period.
Yeah, so, and we can see here on the replay, as Lurs came into the pack and just was on her tiptoes on the outside. Great move. Points.
Yeah, she knows how to propel herself in virtually any direction with control.
Yes.
And it's not an easy thing to do. It's a beautiful thing to watch. We've got an official timeout on the track right now, and Olive Havoc is ready to jam for Pennsylvania. She'll be taking on Bambi Thumper for Kentucky when we get back to action. It's a 4-2 pack advantage for Kentucky.
Yeah, so let's see if Kentucky can take advantage. They've had these situations. They haven't been able to, but, throughout the game, maybe Pennsylvania wears down a little bit. Maybe Kentucky adjusts their strategy. Things happen.
Here comes Bambi Thumper, but Teflon Donna holding tough on the outside line. Bambi can't quite do it, and
wow, and Olive Havoc takes advantage of it, getting lead jammer. Bambi Thumper just getting bounced around there. I mean, V Diva, I know.
Olive Havoc shooting the inside line, gets by. That's a 5-point scoring pass for Pennsylvania. Bambi Thumper through now. In the first game against Maryland, Bambi Thumper took a number of star passes from the pivot spot, and I guess this game Kentucky decided that they would put her on the jam line to start the game because she did pretty well. She's now being rolled back by V Diva. Olive Havoc has 5 on a second scoring pass.
Well, this is her second jam starting as the jammer. Maybe they're trying to get some fresh legs out there. Switch it up each game. You don't want to play the same skaters in the same positions necessarily, especially in these all-star tournaments. You want people who are versatile. She's trying to prove that, and right now she's jamming and fighting so hard, but these Pennsylvania blockers so tough, and especially when you have a jammer, you're going up against a jammer like Olive Havoc.
Yeah, Olive Havoc she's one of those players who has continually improved the game over the last, she's been playing for Black Rose about 6.5, 7 years, as long as Black Rose has been in existence, and just has continually improved. And it's really good to see that level of progress. Olive with 14 now.
Wow. Barba Fett takes the star and probably regrets it after that. That could not have felt good.
She had a smile on her face. You got to give her credit there. She's like, well, if you're going to get knocked into next week, you might as well get knocked into next week by the best.
With a smile on your face.
There you go. Okay, we're on jam time now, and it's almost done. Olive Havoc, no reason to call the jam right now, but that's going to do it for the first period. We're going to see what else gets put up. 3 more for Olive Havoc.
But I believe Kentucky Kentucky gets 3 more.
For Kentucky. So at halftime, Pennsylvania 128, Kentucky 11. And, boy, those are 11 hard-earned points for those Kentucky All-Stars.
Absolutely. That could not have been easy. You see these Pennsylvania blockers so quick, so agile, so fast.
Yeah, when you get past one, you get past Russian Bayou, okay, you've got Teflon Donna to contend with.
You get past her.
And then you've got Thumper to contend with.
You get past her.
And then you've got V-Diva to contend.
And then it's over.
Yeah, it's kind of a, it's a murderer's row. When we get into the, higher seeding games over the weekend, though, we're seeing some really strong teams here. I mean, Colorado really put a performance out there this afternoon, as did Michigan.
Yes.
And at the beginning of the day, Virginia, of course, they played Tennessee. Now Virginia's going to have to play the final game of the day. They'll be taking on Louisiana. Virginia, a very strong team. There are a couple of others, Maryland, for example, who's always been in the hunt here at the Battle of the All-Stars. Team Maine is not to be trifled with themselves. I mean, Michigan beat them, but Maine was playing strong the whole game long. So, yeah, when we get to these higher-seeded games, we're going to see a little closer scores. But,
yes.
And
even once the tournament, once we're out of the round robin and into the bracket play, then it'll be a little different too, even with the lower seeded teams, because you know where you are going to be seated. The matchups are going to be more accurate in that way. Round robins are really just to kind of establish where everybody should be, because when you have so many teams with so much talent spread out across so many different places, it's very difficult to judge it.
Sure, and we're getting ready to start the second period. I like this 30-minute game format for that reason. We don't have to sit around in the halftime for very long. I think we got Evil Beauty on the jam line for Pennsylvania.
And that would be Bunny for Kentucky.
And the penalty box is empty.
You see both jammers trying to push in there. There we go.
Yeah, nice work there by Generator, holding off on the outside line, but Evil Beauty persevering, lead jammer, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it took her a little bit longer. Maybe Kentucky went over a little bit of defensive strategy during that brief halftime, but it did slow her down. Let's see what happens here on the scoring pass. She's already in the middle, getting some help from Russian Bayou.
Yeah, this Generator for Kentucky, she comes to play. Russian Bayou now called off on a penalty, missed the call. I think it was a direction of gameplay, but I don't want to speculate. 5 points put up by Evil Beauty.
And to the outside, dodging past one hit, now hitting the front of the pack. Evil Beauty, none to beat. That's 5 points and a grand slam, Pennsylvania.
And another star pass to Pinky Bruiser now on the Kentucky side, trying to negotiate this Pennsylvania defense. Thumper takes a shot at her.
And there's Raven, Stark Raven at the front of the pack doing the exact same thing, saying that was a good idea. I'll try it too.
But Pinky Bruiser able to get through. 10 points for Evil Beauty. She is lead. She can call it if she chooses, but she's going to go long. This gives Kentucky an opportunity to get a few more points.
Yeah, and I believe that her hips have passed a couple players, so she should pick up a couple points, at least from this angle.
Evil Beauty now with a 4-point pass. That takes her to 14 and quickly back into the pack. A deep jammer rotation for this Pennsylvania team.
Good footwork right there. Once again, staying in bounds after taking 2 hits, ranging from turn 4 all the way to the pivot line, but just staying in bounds, uninterrupted, and picking up another 5 points.
Yeah, Soda Pop Ruckus and Generator both got good shots on Evil Beauty, but Evil Beauty, like you said, just able to kind of shrug them off. She gets 4 more, 1 picked off by Pinky Bruiser. So 23 on the jam for Pennsylvania, 1 more for Kentucky, 151-12.
It's when you have that good combination of speed and power that you can have that balance while being able to move throughout the pack so quickly with all that agility. It's great.
Well, and if you know where your offense/defense is, where your teammates are, it's even better. And it seems like Pennsylvania has a pretty good lock on that. Here comes Veronica Getzberger with the star for the Pennsylvania All-Stars, and she's just going to take it. Yeah, she's just going to take lead.
Kentucky tried to hold her back by directly blocking her. You cannot do that on Veronica Getzberger. She will drag you across the track.
Yeah. Veronica, oh, nice work there defensively, a rollback.
And you can see the excitement.
That's Slamus Aaron. Yeah, and getting through now is Jen Furno for Kentucky. 5 points for Veronica Getzberger, and will she go long? That's the question now.
Well, Veronica, you see the smile on her face. She's like, I'm just glad I made somebody happy there.
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing. I mean, where it may be a strategic move to call off the gym, when you're in the middle of something, you don't want to stop it.
Absolutely, and also with this, you know, much like with the rankings, the point spread does matter for the seeding going into the bracket part of the tournament.
Yes.
So, you know, the more points you get, the better seed you get. So it does matter, even if Kentucky gets a couple points here, if Pennsylvania can get a lot more of those points, that helps them way more.
Sure, and Veronica Getzberger is getting a few right now, 14 on the jam and quickly getting 5 more. Now, Jen Furno has points, I'm sure of that. But, you know, it's how long can Pennsylvania hold her while Getzberger continues to lap the field.
Well, this Pennsylvania defense is doing a great job of holding her back, making it just so difficult to get through. Veronica Getzberger just basically fighting the pack on her own most of the time. Again, she's so strong that she can pull you so far out that breaks the pack apart.
Yeah, Kentucky now with the star pass as their Rexy Dangerfield with the star now.
And yeah,
Jen Furno just couldn't. She ran out of gas fighting that pack.
And Veronica Getzberger does a little teeny tiny apex hop to finish it off and picks up a few more points.
Yeah, 3 points, I believe, picked up by Kentucky. And it's hard to say who scored them. I think Jen Furno did before she passed the star. 29 points for Veronica Getzberger.
I believe you are right. And the scoreboard probably confirms it. All right. Rocky Floor will be putting on the star for Kentucky, going up against Nikki Cash of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, 4-3 pack advantage right now for Pennsylvania. Nikki Cash looking for the outside line, and she's got it. Lead jammer, PA.
So another opportunity here to pick up a lot more points.
Yeah.
For Pennsylvania. Rocky Floor gets pushed out.
Yeah, and taken out again, this time by Lazora. And, another penalty going on Sophia. You only get 4 in this. We have a star pass to Bambi Thumper. Nikki Cash has 4 more, and this is Bambi Thumper now getting a whip into the pack.
Yeah, but there was a nice wall there to greet her and say no.
Almost wish she hadn't gotten that whip because
if Gandalf was a wall in roller derby, that would be it.
There you go. Oh, Nikki Cash, nice balance on the inside, picks up 5 more.
And these Pennsylvania blockers trust each other so much, and the jammer trusts their blockers. You know, you can see it every time that they let the jammer come back in the pack after the initial pass. They're like, well, I trust my pack. Maybe they're going to get a couple points, but I'm going to get more.
Sure.
It's a great mentality, and it's what you got to do in this tournament.
Well, Thumper sent to the penalty box again. She's going to have to watch that. Nikki Cash completes another scoring pass now. That is a 5-point pass. Bambi Thumper, you know, that's the thing. When Kentucky does get in scoring position, it takes them so long to complete that pass.
Absolutely, and they've had it's not to say they haven't had opportunities. They've had opportunities all game. So many of these, 4-2 pack advantages, Pennsylvania has been picking up a lot of these penalties, but Kentucky just has not been able to take advantage of it. I think Pennsylvania's blockers are completely disrupting their pack the entire game, and every opportunity that Kentucky has been closed simply because of that.
Yeah, it's Kentucky certainly attempting to play offense, but Pennsylvania pack just getting to the positions a little bit quicker. We have a timeout now being requested by Kentucky. Let's run down the upcoming games here on day number 1. The next one up is going to be Colorado versus Kansas. We saw Colorado earlier today as they took on North Carolina. Colorado is real, champ.
Yes.
They are in contention without question to win this tournament.
I saw them their last game. They looked terrific. I mean, just North Carolina, which has been one of those teams that comes in every year and just kind of moves up in the seeding, and they just absolutely stop them in their tracks.
Yeah. Colorado looked really, really tough.
North Carolina looked like they were kind of like Whoa, where did that come from?
Yeah. Next, game 12 is going to be Michigan versus Saskatchewan. And tell you what, Michigan played pretty well today as well. They played against Maine earlier. They have of course, Jillian Ruckert, among others, made the trip this year. They're for real as well, certainly a contender. And then rounding out the day, game 13 is going to be Virginia and Louisiana. We're back to the action now. This is
that'd be Betty
Switch again for Pennsylvania.
And that, I believe, is Bunny. Yes, it is. Bunny of Kentucky. Sorry, I forgot states for a second.
Betty Switch is lead jammer. We've got 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this game. 2:03-21 is the score. Betty Switch untouched.
Yeah, she found that hole to the outside, turned on the gas, and was gone. And staying in. Oh, never mind. I was wrong.
Nice work there. Nice bump out by Michonne Unslayable for Kentucky. Forces Betty Switch back to the start line.
Yeah, Michonne Unslayable, this entire game has been really defending those lines. Every time they get to the line, if there's one Kentucky blocker who's been doing that, it's been Michonne Unslayable, who is now heading to the penalty box.
Yeah, Michonne actually picked up the MVP award in the first game that Kentucky played, so she's certainly a tough one for the Kentucky All-Stars. Ooh, now Generator is sent to the penalty box with the star, so it's a power jam for Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and Betty Switch, she's going to take advantage of it. Already with 15 points now, back on another scoring pass to the outside.
Just a little bit of a shoulder juke and she's gone.
She can get so low, and when she does that, she becomes so stable, it's very difficult to knock her out.
Yeah.
Or move her.
Penalties now becoming a problem for Kentucky as Bunny is now sent to the box. 5 more points added up for Betty Switch. That's a 25-point jam. There's 10 seconds left on the jam clock.
She's in the pack again, so she's going to try to get a few more, maybe make it to 30. Does she? She will.
Yeah.
That's 30.
Wow, 30-point jam for Betty Switch. That takes Pennsylvania to 233. Kentucky on 21, and, Kentucky's going to look back on this game, and, they've got to take something positive from it. At moments, they have had they've put Pennsylvania in difficult positions. Let's put it that way. The problem is they haven't been able to capitalize and finish them off. Here comes Lurs Lemon now for Pennsylvania.
And it's going to be a power start as Generator is going to start in the box. Lurs Lemon taking advantage of it and picking up lead jammer. Moves the pack all the way to turn 2. A lot of time they've been getting out before that. But this time, Kentucky kind of went with them there.
Yeah, Lurs Lemon on a scoring pass now and maintaining that forward momentum. Oh, but a high block is the call. And so we've got a power jam going the other way now. Lurs Lemon going to have to sit down. Generator released from the pack. This is going to be a 2-minute jam.
Yeah, unfortunately for Generator in Kentucky, she was already coming out of the box as Lurs Lemon went in, so it will be the full 30 seconds on the power jam. But let's see if she can take advantage of it, get some points on the board, and slow this down a little.
Yeah, Gorgeous now going to have to sit down on the Pennsylvania side. So Generator gets through. Bambi Thumper exults in that feat for Kentucky. Yeah, Bambi Thumper now running the offense.
It was the initial pass, and the power jam's already over now as Lurs Lemon is out of the box. So once again, Pennsylvania's defense neutralizing the power jam and not allowing any points. As you can see, Generator's taken off the star, but Lurs Lemon, like Ricky Bobby, going backwards and finishing for 5 points.
Boy, the line is Lurs Lemon's friend. She knows her toe stops well. We got 30 seconds left on the jam clock.
Wow.
Lurs Lemon puts up 5 more.
It's like a hot machete through butter. That's overkill right there.
Generator with the star off of her head right now. As Lurs Lemon with a tightrope walk there.
Oh my! Wow, that was amazing. Just on her toe stops while getting hit. no, I'm not falling down today. I'm getting the points.
Yeah, and there she goes on the outside this time. Wow.
3 to beat. Hit it and split it.
Yeah, that is going to do it for the scoring. Generator does pick up 3 for Kentucky, 5 more for Lurs Lemon, and that takes it to 20 on the jam for Pennsylvania. 3 more for Kentucky. 3 minutes to go. Pennsylvania 253, Kentucky 24. I am looking at Olive Havoc on the jam line for Pennsylvania.
And it looks like we're going to have a timeout before we get started.
Yeah, official timeout now being called.
That was Rexy Dangerfield on the line for Kentucky.
Okay.
And I'm sure it will be when we get back.
Yeah, you know, this is, again, 4-on-4 in the pack. Rexy Dangerfield versus Olive Havoc. Olive Havoc working on her own right now. Gets out on the outside of turn 1. Lead jammer, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, great moves once again, and good blocking. You see, like, her entire pack is really playing defense, and she just takes advantage of the positions that they're in. Look at that track position. Look how they're just holding and moving all the blockers out of the way. They're playing offense and defense at the same time. In other words, they're playing roller derby.
They're playing some world-class roller derby right now, and it is working in their favor.
And that's what you get at Battle of the All-Stars, because they're not All-Stars for nothing.
That's right. Calamity Mame really with some great offensive seal-offs for Pennsylvania, both springing Olive Havoc and getting her through on a couple of those scoring passes. Want to make sure to give the shout-outs where we can. There's so much going on.
Yeah. Very spread out pack, though. I mean, that was just like a missile target, you know, like a I don't know, military weapon engagement system of some sort that was able to guide it through the pack.
Well, you know, and that's the difference, really, I think, is and when you see an all-star competition like this, you have many jammers that don't need to slow down to figure out the pack.
Absolutely. I mean, these are experienced skaters. Of course, you're not playing with the skaters you usually do, so there is a little bit of that, you know, the getting used to each other, but the skill level is all there.
Yeah, Olive Havoc stops on the inside line, goes outside now, and she is up to 30 points on the jam. Still 20 seconds left on the jam clock. Rexy Dangerfield just having a unfortunate time of it for Kentucky. There is 5 more for Pennsylvania. Olive Havoc throwing up 35.
I think they're trying to hit that 300 mark, and they might just succeed.
They might just succeed. 40 points now on the jam. Ooh,
wow.
Even a couple more. We're going to wait for the 43 points on the board for Olive Havoc. And, of course, again, as we were saying, it's you know, Olive Havoc is going to get the points in the book, but it's the entire pack that helped with those points.
And when it's 43 points, that's a lot of points.
that's an enormous number.
Just a lot of points.
Oh, points.
It's like a really abnormally large amount of points to be scored in a jam, but well done. That's a good thing if you're on Pennsylvania.
296 for Pennsylvania, 24 for Kentucky. We're going to be probably done with this game after the jam. It's Evil Beauty pushing the front of the pack for the Pennsylvania All-Stars.
See Kentucky trying to push through in the back of the pack. Just no room. That is Rocky Floor.
Evil Beauty, lead jammer, Pennsylvania.
Great hit there by number 15 of Pennsylvania, Gorgeous.
Lazora sent to the penalty box. It's a pack advantage for Kentucky, and Rocky Floor does get through. Here comes Evil Beauty now. Will she call it? The period clock has expired.
We saw Bambi Thumper trying to hit her out there, but just too much strength.
Yeah, Gorgeous nicely bumping out Rocky Floor and then immediately getting to the front of the pack. Lot of smart play for the PA All-Stars.
And they've hit that 300 mark.
They have.
Mission accomplished.
Evil Beauty does make it through on another 5-point pass, but Rocky Floor gets 4 of her own for Kentucky. That will prompt the call-off. That's going to do it. The unofficial score, 305 Pennsylvania, 29 Kentucky. champ Pennsylvania making a statement. They want to be in that final high seed round.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been here before. They know this, and they played just like that.
Well, and they saw that right before this. They saw New York go out and play a strong game. Before that, they saw Michigan go out and play a strong game. Before that, they saw Colorado go out and play a strong game. So they do have to, it's sort of a mutually assured destruction sort of situation right now, where they've got to. All these teams have to keep the pedal down.
Yes, it's like, oh, you can do that. Well, watch what I can do. You know,
right.
It's who's going to be more intimidating at this point. But we'll actually find out, because some of these teams are going to actually play head-to-head, and then we're really going to see what it means.
That's right, and we'll have the most valuable player awards to give out in just a couple of minutes. Here comes the Kentucky All-Stars, and again, they got smiles on their faces. The score was, not what they would want to see, but by God, they played a hard game start to finish. We'll have the MVPs for you right after this.
Hey everyone, Champ Unkind here with Bambi Thumper, Team Kentucky's MVP. How do you feel?
Tired.
I can imagine. You guys took a couple hits out there. How do you react to playing such a high team like Pennsylvania so early in the tournament?
Just keep your head up and be realistic. Celebrate the small victories and just be proud of your team for working together.
Absolutely. So is this your first time at Battle of the All-Stars?
Yes.
What do you think so far?
It's a lot of fun. And
Awesome.
A lot less stressful than like regular playoffs too. So more fun, less stress.
Absolutely. There's a different level. Absolutely. So we have this nice little MVP, Most Valuable Player Certificate of Achievement for you,
Awesome.
as you have earned that, and you did a great job. So how do you feel now?
Good. Happy. Well worth the trip.
All right, Bambi Thumper, I'm Champ Unkind, and we will have our next MVP interview in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Little here with MVP for the PA All-Stars, Olive Havoc. Let me hand you that. Olive, with the Black Rose Rollers, how long have you been playing roller derby?
This is going to be my 8th season, but 7, I guess, season on the track playing.
I noticed that your game continued to improve. We talked about that during the game. What have you been working on over the last couple of years?
Specifically, I think for me it's about hitting the pack with speed, and then just watching for the offense and setting up the blockers where I want them to go and trying to manipulate that a little bit more.
And how many practices have you had with the Pennsylvania All-Stars now?
I think this would be just this season. We just had 2, but maybe all told 3 or 4.
And now I have to ask, you put up a 45-point jam in that last game. Is that the biggest jam that you've ever put up?
I'm pretty certain that's the biggest jam I've ever had my entire career.
Well, you picked a good time to do it, and congratulations on being a Pennsylvania All-Star, on winning an MVP. Is there anybody you'd like to say hello to?
I'd love to say hello to my family back in Hanover, the Black Rose Rollers, and of course my family at home who supports me in everything I do, and without them, I couldn't do any of this. So, hearts to my family.
Congratulations, Olive, and good luck the rest of the weekend.
Thank you so much.